warm welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Heshain Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. President wants banking sector to be more responsible in directing relief to people amidst COVID-19. Exports in May increased as foreign missions assisted in identifying new markets, Foreign Ministry says. News in detail. The inquiring committee alleged irregularities in the ETI investments informs the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa that the ETI investments had not followed the proper procedures in their conduct from its inception. The inquiring committee appointed to investigate alleged irregularities in the ETI investments made these observations when they met President Rajapaksa at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. Accordingly, the inquiring committee appointed to inspect alleged anomalies in the ETI investments has informed the President that ETI had invested its assets in other institutes and at the same time it had not been supervised by the central bank. Hence, President Rajapaksa instructed committee to investigate into the irregularities in depth and pay more attention to return people their deposits immediately, highlighting that the central bank cannot evade its responsibility in this matter. The central bank is obligated to protect depositors if any irregularities are discovered in a financial institution. The central bank has failed in its duty, the President further said. Retired Supreme Court Judge K.T. Chitrasiri chairs the three-member committee and retired Solicitor General Suhada Gamlat and senior banker D.M. Gunasekara are its other members. In the meantime, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa assured that the government is ready to give its fullest support to the export sector to realize its full potential through correctly identifying and rectifying prevailing grievances and obstacles faced by it. President Rajapaksa made these comments during a meeting with a large number of leading exporters called to appraise them on the current steps taken by the government to revive the economy whilst the country returning to normalcy.
අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා අපනයන ශේෂ්ත්‍රයට ප්‍රමුඛත්වයක් දෙන්න. මොකද අපි බැලුවොත් විශේෂයෙන්ම තවමත් අපේ අපනයනේ තියෙන්නේ සීමිත ශේෂ්ත්‍රවලක විතරයි. කියන්නේ තේ සහ ඇඟලුම්. ඒවා විතරයි ඩොලර් බිලියන එකට ඉහළ අපනයන තියෙන්නේ තේවල සහ ඇඟලුම් කර්මාන්තي විතරයි. නමුත් ඊට වඩා වැඩි ශේෂ්ත්‍ර ගණනාවක් තිබෙනවා අපිට දියුණු කරන්නට පුළුවන්. විශේෂයෙන්ම කුරුඳු, කරාබු නැටි, සාදික්කා මේ වගේ ඒවා අපි අග එකතු කරන්නේ නැතුව යවන අපනයන කරන ඒවා අපිට මීට වඩා අගය එකතු කිරීම හරහා වැඩි ආදායමක් ලබා ගන්නට පුළුවන්. විශේෂයෙන්ම මම හිතන්නේ අපේ 60ක් පමණ අපේ අපනයන දිහා බැලුවොත් අපේ වෙළඳපොළ තියෙන්නේ EU එකත් නෝර්ත් ඇමරිකා එකත්. අපි නව ලෝක ආර්ථිකය දිහා බැලුවම හිතන අපිට මීට වඩා වෙළඳපොළවල් හොයාගන්නට පුළුවන්කමක් තිබෙනවා. දැන් විශේෂයෙන්ම ආසියාව දිහාවට ආර්ථිකය නැඹුරු වෙලා තියෙන නිසා ආසියාවේ වෙළඳපොළවල් අපිට ගන්නට පුළුවන්. ආසියාව සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ආසියාව ගත්තොත් මැද පෙරදිගත් ඉන්දියාව චීනය දක්වා විශාල වෙළඳපොළක් තිබෙනවා. අපි නව වෙළඳපොළවල් සොයා ගැනීම සඳහා මේ රජය අපිට අපනයන කරුවන්ට අත දෙන්නට සෑම විටම ඉදිරිපත් වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි අපේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිය, මේ රජයේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිය වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. අපේ අපනයනට යොද වෙලා තියෙන කර්මාන්ත කරුවන් ඒ අයට තියෙනවා ඒ වෙළඳපොළ සොයා ගැනීමේ හැකියාව, පුහුණුව මේ සියල්ලකම මාකටිං, මැනේජ්මන්ට් ස්කිල්ස් මේ ඔක්කොම තියෙන නිසා ඒ අයත් අලුත් අපනයන වෙනුවෙන් යොමු වෙනවා නම් මේ ඉක්මනින්ම ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නට පුළුවන්.
Moreover, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa stressed that the banking system of the country should come forward in providing relief to people amidst COVID-19.
මේ වගේ පවත්තන හැම සාකච්ඡාවකදීම ආපු කාරණයක් තමයි මේ බැංකුවල අකාර්යක්ෂමතාවය. මම දන්නේ මෙතන ඉන්නවාද කියලා මහජන බැංකුව සහ ලංකා බැංකුව හැම එක්කෙනාම දෝෂාරෝපණය කරනවා මේ බැංකුවල රාජ්‍ය බැංකුව වගේම පුද්ගලික බැංකුවල අකාර්යක්ෂමතාවය. මොකද අපි ණය පහසුකම් දෙන්න කියලා යෝජනා කරලා තිබුණා. නමුත් ඒක සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන කාරණය දිගටම අපිට චෝදනා ඉල්ල වෙනවා. අද මම හිතන්නේ තියෙන తত্ত্বය ලෝකයේම බලපාන తত্ত্বය මේ ලෝකයේ මිටි ප්‍රථම තිබුණු ආර්ථික ප්‍රශ්න වලට වඩා ඉතා බැරෑරුම් තත්ත්වයක පවතින්නේ. ඉතින් මේකෙන් ගොඩ එන්නට නම් සාම්ප්‍රදායික ක්‍රමවේදයන්ගෙන් එළියට ගිහිල්ලා බය නැතුව අපි තීරණ ගන්නට ඕන. ඒ බය නැතුව තීරණ ගත්තේ නැත්නම් සාම්ප්‍රදායික විශ්ලේෂණයටම ඇදී මේ වැස්සීම් තියතියා මේ කාර්යය කරා නම් කරන්නට බෑ. ඉතින් බැංකුවල එහෙම මේ කාර්යයට ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැති අය ඉන්නවනේ ඒගොල්ලෝ අස් කළා දාන්නට ඕන. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේක සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මහ බැංකුවත් අපි කියන දෙයට කරන්නේ නැතුව නිකන් ඇදී ඉන්නවනම් ඒ නිලධාරීන්ගෙන් වැඩක් නැහැ.
Speaking further with the leading exporters yesterday, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa added that this is not the high time to obtain loans given the COVID-19 situation and renewed his appeals to get in hold of profitable investments in order to boost foreign direct investments.
Maybe the investors are also waiting to see how fast that we recover and also to see that whether the stability is there. We have certain projects that we have very clearly indicated certain countries that we can't take loans anymore. So that we want investments to bring money and invest here rather than giving us loans for various projects.
Foreign Minister announces that with the assistance from the missions in abroad, Sri Lanka was capable of finding new markets for its products during the coronavirus pandemic. Issuing a statement to the media, the ministry announces that the exports have gone up by 45% in the month of May compared to the month of April. Foreign Ministry announced that exports, which accounted for $277 million in April 2020, had increased to $606 million in May and is expected to grow in the coming months. Foreign Ministry stressed that since the outbreak of the COVID-19, the ministry has been playing a pivotal catalyst role in facilitating Sri Lankan exporters to overcome the adverse impact of COVID-19. Ministry also announced that despite the challenging circumstances, including disruptions to the global supply chains and logistics, the proactive stance of the ministry and missions abroad has seen the emergence of new market destinations. They also added that it provided new opportunity to regain the markets for traditional Sri Lankan exports such as tea, rubber and fresh or processed food. Foreign Ministry further added that Sri Lanka has also been able to target new products and markets, particularly for personal protective equipment and rubber-based products which are specially required during the COVID-19 outbreak. Accordingly, they asserted that Sri Lanka received orders for protective gowns from 17 markets and orders for face masks, rubber gloves, hand sanitizers by 12 new markets around the world. They also added that during the period, Sri Lanka also exported an amount of 344 metric tons of Ceylon to Turkey and another load of 220 metric tons to Egypt. At the request of the Joint Apparel Forum of Sri Lanka, the ministry together with the Sri Lankan missions have also identified 53 potential suppliers for specific raw materials. In the context of the post-COVID-19, the ministry together with the EDB has also identified 15 potential sectors with a will to capture new markets and strengthen the demand in the existing markets. Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break. Welcome back after the break. 46 more COVID-19 infected patients were recovered and discharged from hospitals today, increasing the total number of recovered patients in the country to 1,196. According to the health authorities, 670 patients are still under medical care at hospitals as of 1 p.m. today. In the meantime, 33 individuals who arrived from Japan and Belarus completed their mandatory quarantine at the Ayurvedic hospital premises Rajgiri today and left for their homes as assisted by Sri Lanka Army. They also did not forget to comment over the treatment that they received at the quarantine period.
I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to all the organizers who were here, starting off with the colonel and all his other army soldiers who came up early morning and for lunch, for dinner, for breakfast, everything, and gave their fullest support for us. We would like to thank them fully, because without them, this quarantine process would have been very tough for us. And also, I would like to thank all the other officers outside this hall who also supported us in bringing us here, who maintain all our facilities in the airport and there onwards. And also, I would like to say that all the facilities at this place was absolutely perfect.
In the meantime, another set of Sri Lankans who arrived from Bangladesh also completed their mandatory quarantine period at the Diatalava Quarantine Center by Sri Lanka Army. They were also subjected to the PCR test. As they were proven negative, they were facilitated with the reunion with their family members.
We came from Bangladesh. We started from there 24th. We spent almost 16 days with the army camp at Diatalava. They have given us wonderful treatment. They have looked after us. We didn't expect that much quality, whether they can maintain, but it was brilliant effort they have done with us. So army is doing a good job here. So we really appreciate the people who came from flight number UL 1423. We collected 1 million rupees. So we are going to give it to the government COVID fund. Really appreciate the effort done here, the army commander, including president. So we hope they will continue the same for the future team also. And I will invite for the next flight members who are willing to come from Bangladesh. They can support government by funding some money what they have.
The Asian Development Bank has approved a $3 million grant from its Asia Pacific Disaster Response Fund to further assist Sri Lanka in its response to the novel coronavirus pandemic. Accordingly, the grant, which is financed by the government of Japan, was approved on June 2nd, will fund the purchase of test kits, diagnostic reagents, personal protective equipment, and other essential medical supplies. ADB Country Director for Sri Lanka, Chen said that this grant will help the government continue its detection and containment measures in hospitals designated for treating COVID-19 patients. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to be a serious public health issue and will significantly impact not only Sri Lanka's overall social well-being, but also its economic development if not contained, managed and treated in an effective and timely manner, Chen further added. In addition to this Asia Pacific Disaster Response Fund grant, ADB has supported Sri Lanka through $1 million regional technical assistance grant and support to the private sector to purchase emergency medical supplies and complement the country's efforts in containing the spread of COVID-19. First Capital Holdings states that the stock market depicted mixed reactions this week as it started off with a very strong positive note and reduced pace as the week progressed. Research head at First Capital Holdings, Dimantha Matthew, made these observations, speaking exclusively to Art Television.
The market showed a mixed reaction this week as the week started off on a very positive note, but gradually reduced pace as the week progressed. On Wednesday and Thursday, we saw the market being broadly flat after Monday and Tuesday having strong positivity. However, after that, a sharp decline was observed on Friday. Turnover levels remained very strong during the week with over 1 billion rupees turnover throughout the week. Locals were significantly active with all retail, high net worth and institutional investors very active in the market. Most locals were on the buy side while we saw heavy selling pressure by the foreigners. Foreigners continued to be sellers throughout the week with blue chips especially led by the banking sector taking bulk of the brunt. Month-to-date net foreign outflow surpassed the 3 billion rupee mark for the month of June, while the year-to-date net foreign outflow surpassed 15 billion rupee mark during this week.
Speaking further, research head of First Capital Holdings, Dimantha Matthew, noted that there will be a positive momentum in the CSC trading in the coming week, especially on the local front with local investors buying onto stocks. However, Dimantha Matthew noted that foreigners will reside on the selling side amidst the fears that an increase in coronavirus cases could cause more economic damage.
In the upcoming week, we think there could be a bit of a positive momentum as we feel that with the upcoming decline in interest rates, there could be further funds from the local front that is likely to get transferred into alternative investments with a special consideration into the equity market. So we see a lot of local investors actually buying into stocks, which is likely to further increase the demand for the equity market. However, foreigners is likely to continue to be on the selling side, considering the global threats that are there and on a possible second wave that are there. Most foreign investors are fleeing out of the markets into safe havens. With that, we are seeing a significant outflow from the emerging markets, and as such from Sri Lanka as well. So with that, we are likely to have a sizable outflow in the coming week as well. However, we feel that that is likely to be absorbed by the local investors, and we feel the retail activity, which has been high over the past few weeks, is likely to continue in the coming week as well.
Stay tuned for stock updates. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The All Share Price Index dropped 2.41 points to close at 4,914.83, and the S&P SL20 dropped 0.10 points to close at 2,054.96. The turnover was 1.3 billion rupees and over 33 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with BIS Roundup. Until then, take care and good night.